see us now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Thursday night here on Facebook Live with the team from Simply Made Local. We are the team behind our Etsy alternative handmade creative marketplace for handmade products. That is what we do during the week, but on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we like to slow it down and do something that we really enjoy, which is crafting with all of you. I'd like to introduce you to my team and myself. I'm Abby.
Ryan.
Taylor. Carrie.
It must be a Thursday here this evening, but we are so excited to be here. We've got some really fun projects planned for you this evening. The way that this works is every Thursday, we try to introduce to you a new craft that is sort of trending, would make a really great addition to anybody's small business. And we just like to break it down. We are 4 different crafters. That's why you see 4 boxes with 4 very different creative skills that we like to bring to the table. And we like to show you 4 different ways, 4 different styles on doing a certain project. So I know last week we had a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys saw that today on our social media on Instagram and Facebook at Simply Made Local, but we posted some of our really creative we decorated eggs last week. Oh my gosh, can't get that out. And they turned out so amazing, right guys? What do you think?
After seeing everyone's photos, I don't think I fully realized what we were all kind of doing. I had like an idea, but we don't always get to finish during the live. So when I got to see everybody's videos, pictures, it was so nice to see what everybody had done. I mean, just absolutely gorgeous stuff. I mean, stuff that I would not want to put out and hide for the kids or anything, but because they're like so pretty. But yeah, definitely more decor items, but they turned out really nice.
Yeah, definitely decor was what I was more going for.
Yeah,
which is nice because if you missed last week's video, definitely go back and watch it. You can catch those on our Facebook videos category as well as on our YouTube channel at Simply Made Local. But what I liked is we took the same old eggs that we use every year that we find from the Dollar Tree, from Walmart, from Target, you know, these plastic regular eggs, and we were able to put our own spin on them and kind of mold them to our own decor. So I thought that was just really cool. So a lot of inspiration in that. We had a lot of tips and tricks. We were working with baking soda, different textures, foils, paint markers. We had felt going. So if there's anything like that that you've been interested in lately, definitely want to catch that video. So tonight, we have a whole new project for you, getting ready for more of that new season that we're going into, that spring Easter vibe. So we're just going to allow a couple people some time to let some people join us. We're going to put our video into a couple groups. So Taylor is going to talk to you. Take it away, Taylor. Way to set it up, right?
Well, first and foremost, if you are new to Simply Made Local and just to seeing what we do on Thursday nights, we always encourage you to grab a drink and get your favorite craft supplies ready to go. We, like Abby was talking about, we always put the craft supplies out early so you guys know exactly what you need. So make sure you guys grab your favorite drink, and that we just like to spend this time together crafting and talking and having a good time. So that's what this is all about. But we also like to talk about where you all are from and what you guys like to make. So we are from Southern California. I will always bring up the weather. That's just like my thing. I
think Taylor wanted to be a weather meteorologist before her nursing life. Yes, I do think. So get it out, Taylor. We are all about helping you achieve your dreams here at Simply Made Local.
Yes, all about it. So this week in Southern California, we have had a beautiful sunny week after some showers. I like to use the word showers. Yeah.
The down
It's not like
But-
a down where you get somewhere else.
Definitely just a slight shower, but it was really nice weather this week. I did make a point to try and go out of the office a couple times this week and take in just some sunshine and drive myself to Starbucks also. But you know, if you guys are tuning in from another place, let us know where you guys are from. Let us know what you guys craft. So here at Simply Made Local, like Abby was saying, we're all kind of, we're all really different. So we craft many different things in our off time. So let us know what you guys do. Also, we like to take recommendations for some of these live videos. So feel free to let us know what you guys want to see us craft. That's always fun too.
Yes, I love that. And if you're a small business owner, that's what we are really all about at simplymadelocal.com. So I know that I mentioned this earlier, but we are an Etsy alternative handmade marketplace. We are for small businesses. We give people the opportunity to shop small and shop local. That is what we are all about. We love the fact of keeping your money in your community and supporting those who own small businesses. So at Simply Made Local, you can reach out to a vendor if you are interested in a product, and you can ask if local delivery is available if you guys are in the same area. Otherwise, everybody offers statewide shipping. We are available in the United States. We have US only vendors, and they ship anywhere in the United States. You can sign up if you are interested. If you are a small business owner, you can join along with us. We have so many promotion and marketing opportunities for small businesses, and just a great place for you to call home. We take out all of that work of owning your own website, and we've got it all right there for you. You get direct links to your shop, but not just that, just the brand awareness that I think that you get with simplymadelocal.com is just, it's just amazing. So you're going to get all that for a very low monthly subscription, $5. That's all it costs to be a part of our creative community. So we invite you to check us out, as well as if you're looking for some really cool Easter ideas, Easter gift ideas, support a local artist and shop small at simplymadelocal.com. Okay, that's all out of the way. Now we can get down to what we love doing here on Thursday nights. Ryan, do you want to announce what we're doing?
So we're making magnets for your fridge, or I guess wherever you might want to put them. I'm actually a collector of magnets. My husband and I have always, well, my husband was in the military, so we always kind of used our fridge as like the biggest picture board. And I always thought it was cool with all these cool pictures to have custom magnets. So I've made magnets out of all kinds of things over the years. And so I know on our quarter meeting, I think this one was my idea. I was like, hey, how about we make some really cool spins on some unique fridge magnets? So that's what we're doing, but we're, again, each doing something different. I am doing miniature embroidery magnets. So
I love them so much.
I love that, Ryan. The miniature world. I don't know if anybody that's watching.
Many things are like my jam. I process with my
you guys.
house.
She loves many things. She will watch any video that you put out there about the little miniature homes and little miniature items. She loves it.
Anything. My grandfather built me a dollhouse when I was 9. It was all downhill from there. So that's what I'm doing, because Hobby Lobby has these cool miniature embroidery hoops in 2 different sizes, like round ones and oval ones. And my daughter inspired me to like do some embroidery, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing several different kinds and gonna pop them on the fridge. Taylor's doing like a wooden, using some dollar store items. Carrie, I don't know, what are you doing, Carrie?
I am currently painting this purple. And then I'm going to do some felt flowers, like a little bouquet of felt flowers on there.
Oh, awesome. I love how into the felt world you have just dove this last year. Like, it's so awesome. And then Abby,
That shows that it's never too late to pick up a new hobby.
Right.
no, I have not embroidered very much before, like maybe once or twice, something very small. And I was very surprised at how awesome these turned out. So
Cool.
This is
And
just such
after
a fun evening.
What?
I said this is just such a fun evening because we are all doing something so very different. So you really are getting 4 different tutorials, 1 video. You're going to get tips and tricks from us. We sometimes we do these crafts and we've never done them before, which we decided to go ahead and do that when we started doing these videos, because it kind of gives that beginner's perspective on what works and what doesn't work, and what supplies you really need and what supplies you don't really need. So we kind of do all of that guesswork for you. And that, I think that makes us pretty special. And we learn a lot from the things that we shouldn't or you shouldn't do. So keep that in mind. It is pretty funny. We have a lot of bloopers around here. We like to laugh a lot.
I still think at the end of the year, we need to do a blooper reel, because some of these are hilarious.
We just have so much
like
fun.
a Pinterest fail kind of situation, but it's a simply fail thing.
Oh my gosh. Well, we have had some Pinterest fails. We had some the other day when we were drying out fruit from some essential oil candles. And if that's something that you want to try out, definitely recommend watching that video, because it was a lot of fun. First, B, they came out beautiful, but we learned a lot about drying fruit at home.
I have an addendum to that too, is I put mine in a wine glass, as you guys remember, and it had all this, it looked so beautiful from the outside and the top because all the flowers were sticking out. Those flowers caught on fire when I burned it. And it was like a flaming wine glass. It was the funniest thing. My daughter was like, Mom!
Those are decorative only, Ryan.
Mine did the exact same thing, and I had to sit there, and anytime that the wax was starting to get warm, anytime that the flowers would catch on fire, I'd have to poke them with a stick to get them to fall into the wax and stop being on fire. It was quite the ordeal, but it was fun to do.
That is hilarious.
Pretty.
Mine is pretty decorative. It is sitting on the shelf. It's got beautiful oranges all in it, and it smells amazing. I can actually smell it when I walk by it. It smells like oranges and grapefruit. I love it. Okay, so we didn't kind of go over what I'm doing this evening. So I am doing probably my arch nemesis craft, that, a double-edged sword. I love doing it, but also it's just really tough for me to do it because I just don't do well with resin. So I'm working with resin this evening. I have a lot of fun with it, and it's going to look really, really neat. I do recommend always, when working with resin, especially if it's your first time working with resin, protective equipment is a must. I'm talking a ventilated room, an open window, fans, gloves, mask, the whole 9 is recommended. So when we were doing this craft, I thought, gosh, I just want to bring in more things into my kitchen that just go with my whole home decor. And I've been really updating my home probably in the last 6 months to just have more of a botanical feel, I guess you would say. So I just love plants. I've been bringing a lot of plants in, both real and artificial. I think that they complement each other well, especially in like really high places or places that I just can't get to on a daily basis. Definitely going to be an artificial plant. So I wanted to just kind of keep going with the theme. And so I'm making some magnets this evening using some wood blanks, and I kind of wanted to experiment. So I got some wood rounds in all sizes. And then I got some of these smaller wood pieces.
Oh, I like that. Where did you get that kit at?
So this kit was
because I went everywhere looking for them.
Hobby Lobby. And if you're thinking
I
about
love that pack
to your small business, this pack was only $4. And look how many pieces we got in there. I mean, I think there's, I don't even know, a lot.
Are they thick?
There's a lot in there.
Or are they thin?
At least
Abby,
20 pieces. Huh?
Are they thick or thin? Can you show like the width of them? Because I saw some there at Hobby Lobby, but they were really thick. Yeah.
So when we were doing magnets for my business and we would sell them at craft shows, that's pretty much the size that we would do. We do a 3x3 piece of wood, and then I would, do the stenciling on there. But if you can buy them already pre-done, because part of it is the hassle is me trying to get my husband out to the wood shop to cut the pieces for me. And I mean, I could probably do it myself, but honestly, I don't trust myself.
Agreed. So I think it's really cool. This would also make some really cool blanks for your tier tray. I actually have it right over here. You can see. So you could just put these up on your tier tray. They could have different sayings, stickers, things like that.
That was what I was originally looking for. Those size 4 was for my tier tray decor.
Yeah. So I think really, really cool thing there. So anyways, so I'm going to just apply some dried flowers. My mom actually dried some flowers out from her the end of her garden last year. I told her, you know, when it was starting to kind of everything starting to die, I said, can you pick some flowers and just stick them in a book and forget about them, and I'll need them someday. Well, she brought them over today, so it's kind of special. I'm going to have those incorporated in my magnets, and then I'm just going to pour. I'm going to put the dried flowers right on there, and then I'm going to pour some resin right on top to just kind of hold it all in. And then I'm going to put some magnet rounds that I bought from the Dollar Tree for $1. And I think there's like 14 pieces in that. So
they have 2 different packs actually, because I made the mistake of getting 2 different packs and I didn't realize. So they have the smaller ones and it comes in a pack of 14, or they have ones that are slightly bigger and they come in a pack of 12. So just heads up, but they do sell 2 sizes. So if you're looking, I had just grabbed off the shelf, not even thinking. They do sell 2 different sizes.
All right. So my recap on tonight's project, I already had the resin and I used just this amazing resin. It's actually called Amazing. It's not amazing. It's not any different than any other resin that I've worked with. So I already had the resin. So all I paid for tonight is these wood blanks. These cost $4.50 from Hobby Lobby. And I have some dried flowers. Is there anything else? Oh, and the magnets for $1. So I spent about $5 on this project, and I'm going to get 3 magnets for my fridge out of it. So like I said, you're going to need the resin. You're going to need some cups for the resin, some stir sticks, and your dried flowers, and a space on your craft table that you can get messy with resin. Okay, that's me.
Love it.
All right, Sherry, what did you go next?
I'm like
Let's
trying
shake
to
things up.
my cat right now. She I got the wool balls out, and those are her favorite toys in the universe. And she tears the bag and she comes flying at me. So this will be a fun night.
That's too funny.
She did make an appearance earlier. She made an appearance and it was great.
Yeah, she does. She usually does.
Well, it was when you were gone and we had looked up, and it was before we went on live, and it was just her face, and it scared me and Abby. We both went, whoa, because it was just the cat's face in there. It was great.
She snuck up on us.
She's crazy. So I am using this little coaster, and
That's a great idea.
I painted it. I mixed, what are these? Hissy-Co paints? Amethyst, burgundy, and a little bit of white, and got this really cool purple color. So I'm going to start there, and then I'm just going to make some felt flowers. I think I'm going to make a couple with the wool balls, and maybe one of these guys that kind of just poops out. I don't know what they're called.
Love it.
But yeah, I'm gonna do that and make, you know, some little leaves and stuff, and I may make more flowers depending on how it looks when I get these together. So that's where I'm at. So you just need felt, glue gun, wool balls if you want to use those for your centers for your flowers, and paintbrush, possibly paint pen. We'll see if I can get real creative with some stems. We'll see.
Awesome.
That's it. Oh, and hobby.
I'm going to put my camera down so you can start to see how I prep my project. I like to first lay it out and kind of get my design first on what I want to do, and then I mix my resin, because I don't like my resin sitting out. A, because you have to kind of go fast because it starts to harden a little bit, and B, it just is kind of stinky. So that's what I'm going to start with.
I did.
All right.
Too. So kind of excited about that, because I'm going to have, it's going to look very floral, very fresh, very spring. Look at these wonderful flowers that we just got, you know, from the garden. I mean, you have like beautiful colors.
Those turned
That's
out
really
so
cool. They're
nice.
from your mom's garden too.
I know, it's really special. So I was going to go a whole different route this evening and not do resin. I was trying to get out of it. I was actually going to cut up pine cones, the ends of pine cones, and make them look like succulents. So I might do that in a different tutorial. So keep an eye out on our YouTube channel and our TikTok at Simply Made Local. You might find that there. But these were kind of sentimental, very special, and I'd love them on my fridge. So that's why we're going with resin this evening. You can find our finished projects every Thursday on our social media account at Simply Made Local. And you can check out what we're making so you can get your supplies ahead of time if you'd like to craft along with us. And we put those out on Saturdays. We announce what we're doing and kind of give you a suggested supply list. But again, with a lot of our tutorials, we all do something kind of very different. And we're just kind of giving you the basis on inspiration for you to set your own up, as well as on our Pinterest boards. You can find us at pinterest.com, search Simply Made Local, and you'll find over 100 boards with all of the latest ideas and sharing of crafts on pretty much anything you can think of. So
Yeah.
if you have some time, go and peruse some of those boards. You won't
Absolutely
be disappointed. All right, so I'm going to start setting up kind of my design for these.
Ryan, did you already
okay.
go over yours?
I mean, I said what I was doing, but no, I didn't give any specifics on mine yet.
Go
Can
ahead.
you show us in the camera real quick, like a close-up?
Yeah, okay, so these are the ones I'm working on so far. And I'm doing this little oval shape for these two, and they're so tiny. I put some fabric in a bigger hoop, and then I just kind of trace. Well, actually, I take the inside part and I trace so I know how big to keep my my art piece. And so like this one, I'm doing like a little line, and as you can see, it's going to be crooked, but once I cut it out, I can straighten it up. So this is kind of just a size guide, not necessarily have to be perfect. And then this one, I'm going to do a little sunset on the water scene. And,
Cute.
And they're so small, I like to do it this way because then I can just put one piece of fabric and get a couple knocked out with one. And then here is one. So I already did this one the other day as practice, kind of a little modern rainbow. And then I did a little
So cute.
a little mountain scene there. And I would have still had this one, but I spilled Coke on this one earlier. So I started the wine glass just now. And we only have a few more stitches and this one is going to be done. So this is something that's very easy, very, very customizable. And like the pieces, the yarn is so inexpensive. The $60 for one of $60, 60 cents for one of these. And on these smaller, finer designs, you kind of peel the yarn apart, or the string apart anyway. So you get a ton of use out of each color. Like you guys can see my piles of colors because I've been, you know, and then you can make friendship bracelets. You can do all kinds of stuff with embroidery and thread. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Very cool.
I also use for string art, I use embroidery floss. You have that option too.
For that too.
Well, and what's nice is I've noticed the Dollar Tree just started carrying a kit. So it's actually like an entire container and it's full of the embroidery floss, which is really nice. It's all the different colors.
Yeah, and so this Target, I just got I got one at Target too. This one, I got this one at Target, and it comes with
Cute.
the string, the needles, and the patterns on it, and well, it was $3 for that bee one. So
I love it. Very
really
cool.
Embroidery.
Very cool. Okay, so mine is super easy. I'm just using these little Jenga blocks from the dollar store. I guess it's tumbling tower game is what they call it at the dollar store, and you can find it in their little toy section. And it just gives you these little wooden pieces. So actually me and Ryan were talking about it and she kind of gave me the idea. So I'm going to be doing 3 of these together. So they're each going to have their own separate magnet on the back. And I took my Cricut and I did a stencil and I put it over all 3 of them so that it's one complete picture. But when it's on the fridge, it'll be 3 separate magnets. So it's kind of like a puzzle of a picture. So I'm just using my paint and going over my stencil, and then I'll be pulling that off and I'll have a really nice picture. And again, I'm going to use these little magnetic buttons with a hot glue gun and put those on the back. Super simple, but it's fun because they're all kind of, they separate and you can do all sorts of fun stuff with them. So that is what I'm doing. This craft cost me $2 whole with the tumbling tower game and the magnetic dots. That was all I needed. I had everything else. It made it really nice and easy. And actually the Dollar Tree has a ton of stencil options now. They even have stickers. So you could put a sticker on the front and then just use an X-Acto knife and go down the middle, and then it split it up into 3. I mean, there's tons of options for this, but the Dollar Tree really did have like a ton of fun stuff to use for this magnet craft. So just keep that in mind.
All right. I saw a lot of options for different crafts today too at the Dollar Tree. So you can just, it's hit or miss, definitely, but there is a lot that you can find there. Oh,
Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do.
So I did get this moss. I'm squishing it down really flat, and I'm kind of just spreading it out, as you can see. So it's just a real thin piece here, and I'm just kind of incorporating just little hints of green with the floral, and I think I'm really liking that. And so how I'm going to set this up is I'm just going to pour the resin over it and just let it kind of drip down the sides. And then as it starts to dry, I will move it, keep kind of moving it so that it doesn't stick or adhere to a surface. The best situation would be to have a silicone mat. And just don't over pour. I think that's going to be my takeaway from this craft tonight, is just don't over pour. Keep it really nice and thin, which I think is going to be kind of cool because I'm going to get this like 3D effect is what I'm hoping for. I'm going to have some pieces kind of
I think that'll look really
out.
cool.
Yeah.
You can even do it in layers. You can put like one layer down, put some resin, let it dry, do another. I've seen people do that with like painting too.
Yes, and I do recommend doing that. That is a really fun craft. I have project. I have done that before. Just allow yourself a lot of in between drying time. So that is like a couple day project. So prep yourself for that. But definitely worth it if you have the time to do it. Okay.
Well, I have the time. I don't have the patience.
So that's going to be my first one. I love how that turned out.
Oh, that's really pretty.
So I'm going to just kind of lay that, put that to the side, and just kind of keep working. I really like the green in it, and I think I'm going to try to add that to each one. So I'm going to keep going. Hang in there with me. I am going to show you how to do the resin, but I want to kind of get all of my pieces situated first before I pour the resin. So if you are just joining us this evening, I welcome you. Thank you for joining simplymadelocal.com. We are an online handmade marketplace normally, but on Thursday evenings, we come to you on Facebook Live for a new craft tutorial. Tonight, we are making DIY kitchen magnets. We are giving you all of our tips and tricks and ideas to inspire you on different ways that you can make your own magnets. And definitely cheap. I think all of us are spending under $5 this evening, and we're getting multiple magnets out of it. So I am working with dried flowers and resin. Ryan is making some miniature embroidery pieces and attaching them to magnets to put on the fridge. Taylor is making a really neat painting wood piece puzzle magnet. And Carrie is working down there with some felt, and she's using a coaster blank. So thank you for joining us, and I'm going to go back down and keep crafting.
For me, it's picking the right colors because I have so many different colors of embroidery thread. I'm just like, what do I want this to look like?
I feel like next week maybe, and the only reason why I'm saying this is because I'm currently taking a drink of the drink that I made especially for tonight. We should play some sort of drinking game where every single time we say a word, we have to take a drink.
Oh my gosh,
Whether it be the word Dollar Tree or affordable or we all say those words so much during a live. But I feel like it'd be really fun.
What do you guys think the word should be? We should let the viewers pick the word, actually.
Yeah, that would be fun.
What do we say a lot of?
Probably Simply Made Local.
Yeah, and I think we do say a lot of Dollar Tree because that's like our favorite place to shop.
Yes. It was just gosh, I was able to find all of my stuff from there except for these blanks. And to be completely honest, I could have got these blanks out of my front yard. So I could have literally spent, if you already had your resin, you could have spent $1. Getting the magnets.
Yeah.
On this project. So
I just can't fight this cat anymore, guys.
Also,
He's gonna be my
one thing that was really cool that I found out is this. I had this from the dollar store, but it was for another craft. We were gonna like paint the bottom so you could see the scene on the top. I ended up not using it, so I'm using it for my paint. It's so nice because it has a little feet on it, and then I can just literally once this dries, scrape it off the glass and then use it again. So it's like a hot plate thing. What is that called? A trivet?
Yeah, trivet is what you put hot things on.
That's what it is, and it's from the dollar store.
It just blew away. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Okay, so I was telling you guys, there's a blooper right there. I was telling you guys that you have to be in a well-ventilated room with a fan on and an open window. Well, I guess that breeze just took away my magnet. So but very hilarious.
Okay, my cat's been like swatting at my felt pretty much the whole time
It
here.
must be cat night because my cat, hope you guys didn't hear him, but he was like meowing ferociously at me to like let him into this room.
Oh, she just loves
These
wool.
are our Simply Made Local mascots.
Yes.
Yes.
The pet from Simply Made Local.
Mine is a toddler that I'm sure you guys hear often.
Never.
I take that back. He's not my pet. I didn't mean that. My,
Our mascot.
At least it's a cute mascot.
yes, my mascot. Yes, thank you, Ryan.
I know what you meant.
All right. And almost done. Now I'm just going to get this guy going. Maybe I won't do, do I want to do green on him? Yeah, maybe. I think I'm just going to do green on all of them. I think that'll be nice to tie all the colors together.
Can I just wing it here?
It'll just be interesting to see how the resin works over the 3D-ness of the green, the moss. But I'll just keep squishing it down. No worries. Here is my third.
So here's my little guy, if you can kind of see him. So he's separate, and then I put him together and he makes a pretty picture.
Oh, cool, Taylor. That turned out so cool. Glad you
Yeah.
did that.
That
So
would be
easy.
something fun to put like initials on it or a message too. If you have vinyl or Cricut, and you can.
Yes.
Would be fun.
Yeah, I thought about doing some initials or spelling something kind of fun because it'd be kind of hard to like put it together. So I think maybe I'll do that. There's so many of these. I mean, you only need 3 for every single magnet. There's 72 blocks in here. So, I mean, you have so much.
You have options.
The choices are endless.
Yeah, for sure.
Chloe, no.
And I'm excited because we're getting a new fridge and the whole front of it is magnetic. So I need some new magnets.
I'm glad that they started making more fridges with stainless steel that are magnetic. Because I remember the first
Me
time
too.
that was stainless steel. I was so excited to like have it look so nice, and then it wasn't magnetic. And I already
Yeah, I
told
know.
the magnet story, so me and my husband were like crushed. We'll have our like magnet thing going.
Okay, so now I'm ready to pour my resin. What I have found with that's kind of cool. I have one more little piece of yellow flour. You do equal parts of both of the solutions that are provided in your kit. So what I personally like to do is I like to pour them into measuring cups, and I use these pink Solo cups because they are lined. So I can do equal parts and then just throw them out. So I will do equal parts in both cups, and then I'm going to pour one solution into the other. I'm going to stir it up really, 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 really well. And then I'm going to pour them on my pieces. And you want to stir them very thoroughly, but not too much because you don't want to create too many bubbles. But don't worry, if you do create bubbles, just have a heat gun or some sort of heat source. I use a blow dryer and a lighter, and that will get out most of the bubbles for you. So let's get started. Is that a sticker over there? Oh, that's your computer, Ryan. I was like, oh, you have some stickers.
Yes, on my computer.
That would be another really cool idea. I was thinking this evening is that if I would have had big enough blanks, I would have put stickers on them.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Just really all right, here we go.
I got these big long ones from the Dollar Tree crafters break. I cut them in half and put one of those on it. Maybe I'll do that one tomorrow.
Yeah, that would work. I decided that I'm kind of trying to squish these pieces down. Sorry, I'm sure you guys can see. So I'm putting other blanks over my pieces just so they kind of stay squished until I get started. That moss is buoyant.
A lot of petals.
I'm about to make a big mess, and it's going to be fun. All right, here we go. So this is probably about the time where I like to announce that if you are somebody who is not necessarily into crafting, we have a ton of really awesome handmade products on the site at simplymadelocal.com. So if you're somebody who would just rather purchase something handmade and enjoy it, then definitely check that out. You'll be supporting a small business, but not just that, you're going to find something that is completely custom and personalized to you. So you're not going to find that everybody has one. And I think that that is kind of neat. A lot of our vendors do take custom orders, so you could always reach out and start a sale conversation. So when you go to simplymadelocal.com and you find something that you like, you're going to hit that button, Contact Seller. And from there, you'll be able to kind of start that conversation. It sends a message directly to the vendor, and you're able to ask questions, and then they'll tell you what payment methods they take and what delivery options are available. So really simple, and that all gets taken care of through your text messages, text messaging, and then that's it. It's easy as that. All right, I have equal parts A and B. And so now I'm going to dump A into B and stir, stir, stir. And I'm almost done with my sunshine and gonna switch over to blue. I think it's really neat. I'm learning a lot right now from you, Ryan, because I will say I love seeing all of the embroidery pieces on Instagram that I see, but I just never know what people do with them after. Like, okay, you made this beautiful piece on this hoop, but now what do you do with it? Do you put it on
hang them?
You leave them. You stain the hoops. You decorate the hoops.
Oh, you just leave them in the hoops. Okay, I didn't see that.
And these ones I got because I have recently become a tool one. They're miniature, so of course I love it. But you make them into necklaces.
Oh, nice.
Or I've seen them on keychains. Yeah, and our embroidery tips and tricks Pinterest board, there are some of the most beautiful ones. I think once I get a little bit better, I've seen some ones that are completely fascinating. They get tulle to use, like a clear or a colored tulle, and they put that in the hoop, so it looks like you're embroidering on nothing. Just like,
wow,
it is the neatest thing, and that's my goal, to be good enough to be able to do something like that. So getting there.
That sounds so neat. So see, that's what I love. I love being able to find that talent. We've all been crafting for a really long time. We've all been crafting pretty much our whole lives. And I just love that people are just really stepping out and trying new things. And it's kind of bringing that project back to life. And I love that. Like, that's kind of how string art really captured my heart recently. Just people are doing some just really amazing stuff. And I think, you know, obviously Instagram and social media are really helping the awareness of some people's talent, which is just so inspiring. And
I was at a bar yesterday for a work thing, funny enough, and Taylor was there too. I don't know if she saw it, but it made me think of you, Abby. They had the coolest in the bar hanging on the wall as one of their art pieces. It was California with like a heart in it near our area. And yeah, it was all string. It was really cool.
Yes, I did see that.
yeah, I love that. So I just love what people are doing. It's really made me get interested in it again, and just kind of checking it out and seeing what other people are doing, which I love. And so the whole embroidery thing, you know, I used to embroider.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
A really interesting story. My dad was a truck driver growing up, and he would take me out. Sometimes I would go for rides for the day in his truck. I'm not sure if that's loud or not, whatever. But anyways, I would just sit there in the passenger seat while we drove all around Southern California, and I would crochet and I would embroider and I would do all sorts of stuff that I would take along with me. So,
Very cool.
yeah.
That's cool. I love when people have stories about learning and doing things with their families. It was my grandma who got me into crafting.
Okay, so I am ready to pour. Oh, hi, Addison. Addison is joining us. She's wanting to learn craft. Okay, so I'm ready to start pouring. So I have all my pieces, I've squished them down, I've laid them out on this piece of plastic, and now I'm just gonna pour the resin right over. We're gonna see if this works or not. I'm not sure. I know there's molds out there that I could be using to really help bring that resin up and keep it flat. I'm not really looking for that. I'm just looking for sort of like a 3D raw surface. So I'm just gonna pour right over. I'm gonna let it set just a little bit. I'm going to check for the bubbles, and then I'm gonna remove it, and I'm gonna put it on a different surface, and I'm just gonna kind of keep moving it. If you have a silicone mat, I do recommend using that. And then that's gonna be it for me. I'm gonna let this dry for about 24 hours, and then I'm gonna attach the magnets on the backside, and they're gonna be good to go. So I know that we're coming up on our time now. So if you guys kind of wanna explain any last minute steps that you need for your project. I can't really see what you got going on there, Carrie. So if you want to tell us
Oh,
what you got
sorry.
going.
My
I'm
camera's
gonna
kind
go
of
down.
far away, it looks like. I'm just making a few little flowers. This one I just did a single row of petals. I've got one of these little bunchy guys that just kind of frays out, and I put a teensy little wool ball in there. And then I'm making this one that I actually really like with the yellow and the pink, with a double layer of these. These are really simple. I am literally just cutting little squares and turning them into a petal. Like, these are probably the easiest ones that I have done. Yeah, I've got these 3, and then I'm going to make some leaves and throw some leaves in there, and I might possibly add another flower if I don't like this trio by itself. So that's where I'm at. This is a really simple one
And
for
if
me.
you guys want to learn how to make a felt flower, we have multiple tutorials on our blog at simplymadelocal.com/blog, and you can search for felt flowers. You can find out, or you can go onto our YouTube channel at Simply Made Local, and you can see some of our tutorials that explain how to make a felt flower.
Yeah, I think this is like a slight variation on the one that the tutorial Taylor did. I just used the wool ball.
I just recently did 2 different styles on TikTok too.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, so we do have that as well.
Pushing these in here is going to be the trick. I'm not sure how I want these to set.
So with this, I'm just going to pour a little bit into the center, and then I'm going to just kind of tilt and work it all the way around because I don't want to over pour on this. And I will be using my popsicle stick to kind of make it all even.
Change.
I'm going to keep pouring from the center. That way it just kind of stays even. And rotating, and I'm just going to let that go all the way to the edge and pour over. And then I will be able to keep going and kind of use the popsicle stick to go over the side.
I'm going to switch this one out for blue, I think, so this goes a little bit better together. I can get it apart. Maybe not.
Well, hey, before we go, what are you gals drinking tonight? Anything exciting?
Just Merlot.
Well, Ryan knows what I'm drinking because we talked about it earlier.
You can have supplies, but I didn't know what it was called.
So I don't think it's called anything, but my favorite drink currently is vodka, cranberry, and then a little bit of ginger ale.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh, it's kind of this spin-off what you made for New Year's Eve.
Kind of, yes.
So Taylor, was there anything else that we needed to learn in order to make your craft? Or are you good to go?
No, I think I'm good to go. I think just having fun with, the actual design is probably the most fun. I also think it might be kind of fun to do hand designs on here, especially if you have the kiddos, go in and they can make all sorts of like fun little designs. I think that'd be a lot of fun just because then, again, you have to kind of like put it together since they're all separate.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
All right. So will you guys hold up so we can kind of see how they turned out? Let's get a nice caption here of some of our projects. I'm just going to hold this guy up.
Mine aren't stuck together, so I'm just going to tilt it.
I love it.
They're gonna fall.
Very cool. I love that part. So now I'm just kind of, I was kind of calculated and really even in the beginning, and now I'm just kind of going a little crazy. Kind of getting it everywhere, and that's not what I didn't want to get it everywhere, but it's working out. It's looking really, really good.
But
really
it's resin. I mean, what are your options?
That's just
Gonna get everywhere. And then, like I said, once this kind of dries out a little bit, then I will move it and keep moving it so it doesn't stick to the surface. And then if you have some overpour and you've kind of got a rough edge, you can always file that down. Making sure to really get even coverage on the sides as well. So I did keep that in mind. And I got my last one here, and then I'm all done, and then we're gonna head out.
Okay. Yeah, I need to figure out the placement for these before I glue them down.
And then I actually have a lot of resin left over. I might do something with some of these blanks. Who knows?
I just get a little wild.
Possibilities are endless.
Those turned out so cute.
I love it, Ryan.
So easy too.
Okay.
Kind of the best part.
So I have some really cool looking, I wish I could lift this up, but it's gonna get real messy.
Yeah.
So I wish I could lift it up, but this turned out really nice. They're all sitting in this resin. So like I said again, gonna let it sit, anything. I am gonna make sure that everything got the resin on it. So I'm probably gonna go back in right now with my popsicle stick and really push on a lot of pieces. Just make sure that everything is under the resin, or at least, you know, got hit with the resin. I do have some pieces of the moss sticking
Okay.
out of the resin, which I think will be fine.
General idea here. They're not glued down yet, but roughly this.
All right. Okay, so I
Very
think we're
cool.
all done for tonight.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for joining us for another fun live craft night with the team from simplymadelocal.com. We thank you so much for your support and joining us here each week. Catch us back here next Thursday to learn tips and tricks and our do's and don'ts for a new trending craft that we will announce every Saturday the week before. So please remember to shop small and shop local. Check out simplymadelocal.com and support a local vendor, local artist. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us at support@simplymadelocal.com or a direct message on all social media, on especially Instagram and Facebook. So we have a wonderful week this week, and we'll catch you back here next Thursday for another fun spring craft. Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.